let's get saucy with it. Hey, if you're looking for a barbecue sauce that ain't too salty, ain't too sweet, but it's just right, then this video is for you. Welcome to Uncle Bird's Barbecue. I'm your favorite uncle, Uncle Bird. And today, I'm gonna show you my secret BBQ finishing sauce recipe. Now, I'm a firm believer that your meat has got to be good enough to eat without the sauce. But let's just face the fact, people like barbecue sauce. And if you're gonna spend all that time trimming it out, prepping it, seasoning it, and cooking it with all that love and care, you don't wanna put no crap on it right at the end. Just don't make no sense. It's like running a marathon and then getting right to the finish line and being like, I'm good. Why? Now, your uncle prefers a thinner sauce because I want my sauce to coat the individual muscle fibers. I don't want it to sit as a thick layer on the top. Hey, no offense, I don't like thicker sauces. It just ain't your uncle's thing. Let's talk about taste. Taste is basically what tells our body what we can and what we can't eat. And there's 5 basic senses of taste. Good thing about this sauce, it's gonna hit all 5 of them. So let's run through them right quick. The first one's gonna be sweet. Now that gives our bodies carbohydrates, which helps replenish energy stores. And you got sour. Sour provides an acid and it balances out the sweet and saltiness in the sauce. You got salty. Now salty is actually a critical element for our bodies because we actually use it to help regulate the water in our body. It's really good in small quantities, but if you get too much of it, it's terrible for you. It gives you stuff like high blood pressure, have like a short temper, you get like that red stuff right there in the white part of your eye that turn red. So you don't want to have too much salt. Then we got bitter. Now bitter is good in small quantities. Think caffeine, but it also keeps us from eating poison too. We got my favorite, umami. Now this is believed to provide a signal for protein, and it provides a savory meatiness to the sauce. Just think about when you bite into something that's just so good, you just be like, what is this? That's umami. That's exactly what that is. Now the last thing we got is spiciness. I'm throwing spicy in here, but spicy is not actually a taste. Spicy is actually a pain sensation. And the reason that it's not a taste is because you can feel it on other areas of your body. Get a pepper in your eye, you're gonna feel it. But you can't get salt in your eye and then it feels salty. It don't work that way. I wanna go through the ingredients that's in the sauce first before we put it together and to kind of explain to you why we got each ingredient in here and what it does for the sauce. Distilled white vinegar. This provides the acid that balances the sweet and salty ingredients in the sauce. We got butter. Now butter is gonna provide a creamy sweetness and a velvety mouthfeel. So it's very important. And also it breaks down the queso more if it's in your stomach. You look that up. Then you got granulated onion and granulated garlic. They're going to impart a richness and a body to the sauce by intensifying the savory, salty, and sweet flavors. If you're using the Walmart version, the canisters actually say powder, but if you use the great value version from Walmart, it's ground to the same consistency as granulated garlic. Use those instead, they're real cheap. They're under $1 a can. Then you got your henpecked seasoning or your chili powder. This is the part where you get a little kick in the sauce. Because nobody want no basic bland sauce. You can kind of determine the heat level here. You can either add something mild like a jalapeno powder, or you want to burn your mouth out, you can put some habanero powder in here. It's up to you, but I recommend making the sauce with a mild heat first. And then you got the Worcestershire sauce. Man, it's hard to say. You got the Worcestershire sauce. Whew, that's a mouthful. What this ingredient does, it gives the sauce a saltiness and it provides the umami flavor. Worcestershire sauce is essentially a flavored fish sauce. And what this does is it provides the free glutamate. That's where the umami comes from. Then you got your liquid smoke. This provides a smoky bitterness. And then you got dark brown sugar. I prefer Domino brown sugar. That's gonna give the sauce a balanced sweetness from the molasses that's on the outside of the sugar crystal. And then we got yellow mustard. The yellow mustard gonna provide turmeric and a herbal spiciness, sourness, and color. We got one more ingredient, but we're gonna save that for the end when we put the sauce together. Let's go ahead and do it. And in this example, I'm using a 4-quart saucepan. Pour 1.5 cups or 350 milliliters of distilled white vinegar in your saucepan. Then add 3 tablespoons or 45 milliliters of real butter, not margarine. You need real butter for this to work. Add 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of granulated garlic, and add another tablespoon or 15 milliliters of granulated onion. Add 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of Uncle Bird's salt-free henpecked seasoning or any salt-free chili powder. This is the part that provides the spiciness and the heat for the sauce. Now pour in 2/3 a cup or 160 milliliters of Worcestershire sauce. Add 5 to 7 dashes of liquid smoke, I use Hickory. Add 1/3 a cup or 160 milliliters of yellow mustard. Add 2/3 a cup or 160 milliliters of loosely packed dark brown sugar. It's gotta be loosely packed, so don't pack it in there. Turn on the medium heat. You wanna make sure you get everything mixed real well, and you wanna continue to mix it up until the butter melts. And then this is when you add the secret ingredient. Now I'm about to commit a bit of barbecue heresy here, but I don't care. You wanna add 5 cups or 1,250 milliliters of Kraft original barbecue sauce. Yes, Kraft original barbecue sauce. This is the secret ingredient. I like this sauce because it don't contain any high fructose corn syrup, and honestly, it's got a pretty basic taste. But when you add all these other ingredients into it, it makes this sauce wonderful. You can drink about a damn gallon. Man, I already know what you're gonna say. That ain't no sauce from scratch. Guess what, you're right, that ain't exactly from scratch. I mean, it just depends on how from scratch you want to get. If you're using Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire barrels, you ferment your fish. You want to use tomatoes? I don't see no garden out there. Where the garden at? So my point is, barbecue supposed to be fun. You don't want to try to make it as hard as possible. And that's it. Cheap and effective, and it's absolutely delicious. So if you've ever had my barbecue sauce before, this is exactly how I make it.